Hello everybody, this is Sue from SueStarcraft and I'm bringing you action today. It's King of the Islands week number 5. It's Antaran playing the Teal Terran. Probably the wrong guy there. Antaran playing the team Teal Terran coming up against Devious, the challenger playing the Red Protoss. These are games that happened last week. I know I'm so late in casting them, but I was so sick. I'm still feeling some remnants of it. You can hear it in my voice. My voice is not as sweet and soft as usual, but I guess you guys will just have to deal with that for now. So yeah, let me just tell you a little bit about these guys. This is patch 1.2 and both of these guys are now in the Masters League, so they are pretty good players. They're going to be playing on xel'naga caverns today. A map that I know Antaran really loves. This I tell you, 4 to 5 of our games that I play with him is going to be on this map. A map he really likes. One thing he really likes as well, you can probably realize he's not playing Protoss this week, he's playing Terran. Dixie's asking and Devious if he's in Masters yet. I think this game was just before Devious. Devious says he just came on, he didn't really play the patch yet. Okay, as I was saying, Antaran playing as the Terran today. That's pretty much because he loves to play Terran versus Protoss. Bad enough. He does play all 3 races, as I said last week. Devious, just the Protoss. I've seen him play Terran, but it's not that good. I have to be honest. I think though Devious told me he beat Slayer's Boxer sometime during the week, so I'm not sure how true that is. Don't put my head on the block and say that he didn't do it, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he was joking, but if I think he does have the potential to. He's actually a pretty good player. And Antaran, as we can see, just walked over Nazi, the 3-week winner, and Nazi losing in the 4th week last week. A bit heartbroken for Nazi, but that's okay. So now let's get straight into the game with some of the action. We're gonna see Antaran taking some gas. He's taking a barracks as well, throwing in the tech lab, open the production tab. He's thrown on the tech lab. Nothing really fancy about that. Antaran, a player who loves to do early harass with the bio, with Protoss and try to get expansion up himself. Devious, nothing fancy here. No units just yet coming out of that gateway. He's elected to go straight for probably the Stalker. He does have the gas to do it, to get warp gate technology out as soon as his cyber core is done, as well as his Stalker to get rid of this nagging SCV. Then we're going to see the real tech from him, showing the Terran a second gate right now. Peculiar, this is a pylon, and that probably means there's going to be some sort of hidden tech. It could be Stargate, it could not be a robo. I haven't never seen somebody had a robo. It's more probably either going to be a Stargate, or it's going to be pretty much geared toward getting Dark Templars. That would be the Twilight Council. My apologies for that. No, Antaran putting up a second barracks. This is actually not characteristic of him. He loves to get that single barracks up and put some early pressure on the Terran. He probably decides that Devious is probably too good of a player to fall to that, and now a third barracks. So Antaran opening up with the 3 racks play. A very solid opening for Terran versus all matchups actually. He probably scouted just the 2 racks here, just the 2 gateways for Devious, and he decides that he would probably just want to overpower if he can. So here comes now the 2 Marauders, a single Marine coming down the road, a single Stalker now for Devious, but he has 2 more on the way. Stalker is not the best versus Marauders if you ask me. I think if you ask anyone he'll tell you that. But the warp gate tech is just about done. It's about maybe 10 seconds there, and he's gonna get a second cycle now of units from these gateways as soon as this warp tech is done. So Antaran is gonna see that, he's gonna know it, and he's gonna pull back. Antaran is a Protoss by nature, initially a Zerg, so he can play both Protoss and Zerg pretty proficiently, but decided to play Terran today. He loves Terran versus Protoss, as I said. Devious is also a player who says he loves versus Terran playing with Protoss. That's what makes this such a great match. Devious comfortable versus Terran, Antaran comfortable versus Protoss, so it's gonna be really good. And Antaran now taking the gold expansion, taking on the rocks at least, and we're gonna see now a command center in a very forward position. Usually you see players put the command center just about here and floated over to the natural expansion, but since you're seeing Devious Antaran, taking out the rocks here at the gold expansion, one would think he probably wants to secure that. He's gonna be getting a quite a few units. Having a look at the army tab now, Antaran with a slight lead, just about not a lead anymore, thanks to warp gates. And we're gonna be seeing now the Dark Shrine is on the way. It's gonna be questionable to see if Antaran sees it, but Antaran saying out now, SCV, the scout this direction, is going straight to it. Well done by Antaran. Antaran's asking, "Are you hiding a target, you jerk?" And he's really joking about it, but then he's like, oh my god, worse! Antaran sees Dark Shrine. It's gonna be interesting to see if Devious goes ahead with this, or if he decides to cancel and just try to take in a different direction, since the Dark Templars are not gonna work with this Antaran who knows what's going on. And there goes the engineering bay. There's the surprise factor, has just fallen. Wow, that's not good for for Devious. He probably should have mounted those structures just in this position right here. Players very rarely scout here. They usually come through here, or go down here, but they usually never scout this spot. So where is that spot? Their spot right here. So that's a good spot there to mount some units, to mount some secret buildings. Or even here, well, I've seen who was that? Was it MC? From the GSL put up a Dark Shrine right there without the opponent knowing. So there goes now Antaran looking to put up a couple of turrets. He's not going to take this expansion right away because he knows the threat of Dark Templars is there. He knows the Dark Templars out. He has the timing in his head. Devious now looking to get some pressure going while he gets this Nexus going as well. So here comes now Devious, going to be poking with some Stalkers, going to be poking with some Zealots, but he's going to see turret is up and he's going to decide, oh fuck, and he looks like he's going to be pulling back here. A lot of wasted tech here from Devious. He's probably pulling his hair out right now. Antaran is totally prepared for this. He even has the dual orbital command just waiting to throw down scans. He doesn't have any energy on him. He's just confident versus it. I've used Dark Templars with Antaran before, and he so hates them. He thinks they're totally gimmicky because it depends on the opponent not scouting it, and weirdly enough, that's the strat I have had the most success versus him with. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Devious gets going here. He's gonna be trying on our Robotech now, still on 3 gates. No real macro from him just yet. He's keeping his money pretty low, but he's just gonna try to get this expansion up. Having a look at the income tab now. They're pretty even. Devious with the two worker lead, but 3 workers. But Antaran still right on his toes, and with mules, Antaran's gonna be actually ahead and very soon. You can see Antaran up to 1,000 minerals per second. Minerals per minute, sorry. Minutes per second. Damn, that would have been so good if you could get 1,000 per second. Yeah, but there you go now. Antaran catching up now, actually taking the lead. Having a look now at the army tab. You're gonna see just dead even. These guys are so good and they're so even right now. Production tab. You're gonna see charge on the way now for Devious. But we have stem and shields now for Antaran. Antaran now looking to go heavy bio. He's going to be pulling out a Raven as well, so when he pushes, Dark Templars won't harass him. And now this is something characteristic of Antaran as well. He loves to get lots of expansions going. He's one of those macro style players, and he's going to be getting this command center now, a 3rd command center, very early on. He's definitely going to be wanting this gold expansion right here. He's going to be throwing up planetary fortress there when he gets there. So really good from him. No factory units just yet. I don't think he's one of those players who likes that. I've played with him enough to tell you that. He has the +1 now going on. He almost finished actually. And Devious now, what is Devious doing? Devious is just hovering around the map trying to get this base going here. Not that much saturation just yet. Has a lot of units going. He's gonna want to have some idea that Antaran's gonna be trying to get expansion up now. But wow, Antaran training so many more barracks. He's gonna be training out even more, I'm sure. As soon as the 3rd base goes up, Antaran loves to start pounding at any Protoss before you wear them down wave after wave. He's just one of those extremely irritating players. As good at Protoss as you are, you really need some high-tech units to deal with, probably Colossus or Storm to handle that amount of barrage from Antaran. Even with warp gates, it's really difficult to handle a Terran with about 9 gates up and constantly pushing Marauders and Marines. And here comes now Antaran making a push now. Having a look at the army tab. Yeah, Antaran now with a 7-foot lead. Not that much, but here comes now the clash No PDD down, and there was the force field in the back, stopping the Marines and Marauders from running. PDD would have been really vital there versus all the Stalkers. But here comes now the Stalkers and the Zealots actually doing pretty well versus the Marine Marauders because of that extra cycle of units there. I think that gave Devious that battle there, and Antaran now going to be wheeling away as much as he can on these units. But as you can see now, Devious down to just 2 Stalkers. Antaran still has a couple of units left here, but that second cycle here now coming down for Devious, and he's going to be pulling just Zealots right now. At the same time, you can see this food is actually just exactly the same still. That's the thing about all this bioplay from Terran. It's so cheap. It's so good. And now Antaran having up 7 barracks, nothing really exceptional just yet. He's gonna be getting a 4th command center, so he wants to capture this expansion as well. And here now, planetary fortress is up, and it's so difficult for the Protoss to handle this. It's so difficult for Protoss to run into any of this area here without getting decimated by that planetary fortress, because that's not the only unit that's there firing at them. There's also all this bio. There's a bunker as well if they need it. There's detection there. More barracks going down now. It's gonna be really hard for Devious at this point. He needs to get another base up, because if Antaran gets this fourth base up, it's gonna be GG for sure. Especially on this low tech now. Senior robotics bay now going up for Devious, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to get the Colossus out in time, especially not on these 2 bases, because his main is going so low on minerals. He needs to get an expansion up. He's putting in position now. I think he's gonna be taking all these rocks, but I'm not sure yet. And yes, he's gonna be taking all the rocks. He wants to get this gold expansion up. I'm not sure if Antaran is going to leave Antaran now, just trying to power as hard as possible, not really getting that many units, but no, there are 8 barracks, and the barrack count is going up, and there are 2 more here. There's a 3rd one as well, so that's up to 11 barracks now. Very soon it's going to be constant hammering on Devious inside. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to handle it with this little bit of the units. He's actually now slightly ahead because Antaran was powering so hard, but with all these barracks, Antaran is just going to leap and bounce over him just now. And Devious now going to be making a small push. He's going to be pushing straight in his planetary fortress. Not the best position, but he's going to throw straight forward. I think he wants to snipe it. But with all these units here, and Devious losing a massive amount of units, he shouldn't be going for this, and he's going to be going way, wow! He lost just about 30 food there trying to snipe that planetary fortress, and now Antaran is in a superb position because all of these units are right there. No medivacs to heal the stimmed units, but I think the sheer numbers will do pretty well versus Devious here. Devious down by just about 17 food. No, he's straight even right now. But at the same time, Antaran has so many units ready to come in, and here comes now Devious trying to fight all of this fireball, but it's not good. And once again, no PDD from Antaran. A bit strange to see the raid from without a PDD because it's so OP, but here comes now Antaran melting away at Devious. Devious is not looking good at this point, and he's falling way behind. He's falling down to 40 food deficit, and this is not a good time to be going away from not from your expansion, because you only have 5 minerals left, and it's going to be definitely GG now for Devious. I think playing a little too greedy and a little too slack by trying to get this get the gold expansion from Antaran, and he really couldn't afford to take that risk at that point in time. A couple of Colossus coming out right now, but it's not going to be enough. And Devious calls it GG, Antaran calls it GG, and that's game number 1. Antaran taking an early 1-0 lead, playing Terran versus Devious's Protoss. Well played, Antaran. Antaran has definitely come out to play this week. It's going to be interesting to see how Devious responds to this in game number 2. Stay tuned, guys. This is Sue, signing out.